How many of y'all drink coffee? Come on, be honest.
My mom does. My
I
mom
drink
does, but not me.
coffee.
Okay,
No way.
Charlie drinks coffee. Emma drinks coffee. Aaliyah does not drink coffee.
No, not yet. I'm probably gonna start when I'm 13. That's only 2 years away.
It can't be black coffee though because it is so nasty.
Okay,
For real,
so
black coffee. Like
no.
I've been
Y'all be hating on
trying.
black coffee.
I mean,
So
black coffee is good for you, but it kind of
yeah,
tastes. Well, it doesn't taste nasty to me. It just tastes weird.
It's
so
bitter.
Emma, what I would tell you is that black coffee it is truly an acquired taste, but it also is. I drink black coffee all the time, but I don't drink bad coffee. Okay, you get what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
to drink it black, you have to drink good coffee. Does that kind of make sense? What I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like you can't go drink some Maxwell House or Folgers and drink it black. Okay, like that's not what I'm talking about, right? So like I'm drinking like this single source Colombian stuff that's super good. That's what's in my wonderful white cup this morning. It's good stuff, right? So I would say that, if you ever wanted to move, actually try and see if you can do it. If you give it like a few weeks and you drink it either black or I think Chloe just drinks it with like a little bit. Don't you drink almond milk in yours? What do you drink? Milk. Okay. Chloe just drinks hers with milk in it. And likes it fine at this point. So Chloe drinks coffee. Jasmine, her
Oh,
third.
and Chloe does.
Yeah, Chloe drinks coffee. She drinks coffee every
I mean,
day.
I've been trying to, but when I drink the black coffee, like it's not even that it tastes weird. I just don't know what to think. I mean, it's not that even it tastes bad. It's just that I don't know what
Yeah.
to think of it.
So you know what's crazy about coffee is that it for people who for most people it gives them like energy, right? And for people, I don't know how many of y'all have ADHD, but if you're ADHD, it makes your brain chill out. Actually, true story.
I have ADD.
It
I don't have
actually did that one
ADHD.
time I actually drank black coffee and I had the courage to do it. I was so chill all day. It was just
Yeah, for real. So
like
Chloe
I
said
didn't
she
have to,
might be
anything
telling
to
you,
do. I didn't. It
yeah,
felt like I didn't even have ADHD. I just chilled.
yeah. Chloe didn't mind me telling you that she has ADHD. That's the
Mm.
reason she drinks coffee, is it actually helps her to focus and like chill out and not be extra hyper. It's crazy, huh?
Ah, okay.
So
I
it's
just
like
can't.
it actually has the reverse effect on people with ADHD because it has something to do with the way the caffeine affects the blood vessels in your brain. And so it actually, while it makes me have more energy and be more like blah, 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 people who are like that all the time, it's kind of like, okay, moderate just a little bit, right? Like we're good now. So anyway, that's fun fact there. So let's look at our homeroom now that we've got done talking about coffee. That was not the question of the day, but that was my question. Would you rather have 100 duck-sized elephants or one elephant-sized duck? Yeah, no, it does make sense. What do y'all think? Brian said he'd
Uh,
rather have a mega duck. Go for it. I don't have it. I don't have you on like mute and unmute like I do in class.
I would have,
180 elephants.
Yeah, 100.
I
So
would have, I would have one elephant-sized duck.
okay.
Now,
So
now, if it's a real duck, then I would take 100 duck-sized elephants. But
if they
if
were like
if
real,
it's not, if it
yeah. Okay, let's assume
okay,
they're
then I'll
real.
take 100 duck-sized elephants because
Yeah,
they're gonna be so small. I could just.
dude. Hey, I will say this: if you
Aren't
had
they
100
deadly?
duck-sized elephants and they were real, then you could make a lot of money on people coming to see your duck-sized elephants.
Yeah,
You know what
and
I'm
then I
saying?
could train them to do like
Yeah,
tiny things. I could create like little loops for them, and they can.
yeah. You could
But
you could
one,
like you
listen,
could
I
get
could. I look the other one though. The elephant sized duck. There's a benefit to that. You can really ride on that duck, and it's so soft too. It's just
so I think
Aren't
do I
aren't elephants deadly?
um if you get stomped on them.
Okay, they're little, so I can't.
So I'm thinking if you had 100 duck-sized elephants though, you could do all kinds of cool stuff with
yeah.
them.
We can train every single
You
one
can
of them,
actually
and then
train like elephants
I'll
to do
probably get
things.
like $10,000 off of that, or at least
Yeah, so
$100
I'm
or
thinking I could
dollars.
get some kind of like little have like a little parade with all my duck-sized elephants and have something on their back or whatever, and like parade through the town. Everybody paid money to come see it. That'd be super cool. I don't know. That sounds fun. I know I'm being a nerd there, but that's okay. All right. So today
No, that's all right. I like nerdies.
yeah, goals and vision boards. Um, so vision is a future plan or goal often formulated using your insight, perception, and inventive. That's a very fancy definition, which it's too early in the morning for fancy definitions, right? Why does making a vision board matter? Provides a clear picture of what you like to accomplish, gives you something to look forward to, helps you realize and believe your goals can be achieved. So I think what we're talking about here is like if you know that you got a certain goal you want to achieve, then that helps you to stay focused when you might be tempted to get like off task or waste time or something like that, right? Like, and I think that sometimes there's like short-term goals and sometimes there's like middle or longer term goals too, right? I'm not exactly sure. I looked at this, but I'm not exactly sure where we're going with this per se. So some concepts about goals, you're gonna write your goals down, create a plan to get to them, picture like what's it gonna take to get there, see how you're doing with that, change if necessary, and celebrate success. So Aaliyah, I think this is a pretty good example today, right? Like we were talking about your math grade, and we were just celebrating some success, right? And we had some
Yeah.
things where we looked through where we had to go through like 4 and 5 a few times this 9 weeks had one. You get what I'm saying? And we've said,
Yeah.
okay.
And then I also had to go through one a couple of times, and then I had to go through 2 once. But for number 3, I really didn't focus on number 3 because I didn't really have anything to picture.
Yeah, but sometimes it's like recognizing that if what I'm doing is not getting me where I need to be, then I'm gonna go back and change what I'm doing.
Yeah.
In order to like, if I realize that I'm trying to go on this road towards this goal, and I realize I'm over here in the ditch somewhere, right?
Did I at least get number 1 right this time?
Well, I have them on. I had those on. Like they were on shifted order, so it wasn't the same order. So anyway, I think that's a good example of what we're talking about, right? Like, in other words, if you are, yes, Emma, we totally can. Basically the idea I'm getting at is if you see that what you're doing is like super ideal already, great. If it's not, then don't keep doing the same thing, right? Like change to do what you need to do to get to be successful, right? And I tried to, in this class in math anyway, to set it up to where you can pretty quickly realize, okay, this is not working. Let me change what I'm doing. And I think that a lot of y'all, a lot of people in our class who've been here for a lot of the year are already realizing what it takes to be successful. Charlie, I think you jumped in and you've kind of figured out what it's going to take to do, well in this class pretty quickly. And so just kind of seeing what are the steps you need to take to be successful. I had a guy who is in my government class who started here last year, and he had said that the first part of last year in high school kid that he was not doing good, not turning his work and failing. And then, he kind of learned as the year went on. And now this year he's like, making straight A's, got all his work turned in on time and everything. Right. And so just kind of learning the process of, yeah, we got some flexibility, but there's also the ways in which the way we have it laid out is the way it's going to work best. Right. And I think those of y'all who found yourself getting a little behind at certain times can recognize you tend to do better when you're staying kind of on track anyway. All right. So vision board, visualize yourself working toward a goal, see yourself accomplishing that goal and imagine how that will feel. Picture it in your mind, map it out, create a vision board. I don't know. I'm not so much of a picture and imagine the goal kind of thing. I don't know. That's just not me.
Yeah, I
But
don't do that because that just
I
confuses
get
me.
what they're
Like
saying. But
when I try to get the answer in my head, it all like when I mess up
no.
on something, it all becomes a jumble. And if I try to just like use it and create a vision board, no, thank you.
So I
The
think what
vision
it's
board,
saying,
the vision boards are
what they're
even more
trying to say,
confusing.
look, what they're trying to say, Aaliyah, is that if you remember how you felt when you were successful on some tests, then you envision yourself saying, you know what? I want that successful feeling this time. So I'm going to do the things that it takes to get to that. Does that make sense? That's actually what it means by that. All right. Charlie, do you got something? No? Yes? No?
No, sir.
Okay. I saw you went on mute, so I figured you had something to say. All right. Okay, so vision boards are a collection of phrases, words, images that represent what you'd like to achieve. Um, Vision boards are unique to you. There are no right or wrong way to create one. It can be a personal thing that you do not have to share with others, but feel free to show and explain it to those who will help you achieve your goals and help celebrate
Are
you.
we gonna make a vision board? Because I already have a board. I just need to make a vision one.
Well, so I guess what the way I'm looking at this is more of like there's a story that I think of that I was telling my kids that's out of it's out of the Bible, but this is not religious per se, but where they crossed over the Jordan River and then they built a big pile of stones. And then they said, here's what those stones are for. In the future, you can go back and you can think about, okay, this is how we got to this point, right? And I think there's a certain part of that where it's like I can remember what got me to where I am, regardless of what your view and kind of worldview and vision on that is you can think through that when you get down and you feel like, well, I don't know, I can't do it, or it's not worth it, then you can kind of go back to what you know is true and good, right? All right, so let's see what it says. How to create a vision board, thick poster board, a piece of cardboard. I think it's talking about like actually literally making a poster board kind of thing. Um, my kids all have like a whiteboard that we do it on. Aaliyah, I think is that what you're saying? You got like a whiteboard? Aaliyah, is that what you're saying? You got okay. Yeah. So I think that this is more like a you can do it or let's go keep track of the goals or whatever, right? Yeah, okay. And then so I think that's what it's talking about here. I would say certainly having something that kind of keeps you focused on that. Um, and then, maybe some things that kind of inspire you to kind of keep going or whatever. I don't know. I'm not, this is not kind of my kind of thing. A, I'm not creative. B, I'm not very whatever. You know what I mean? Um, then acknowledge your success and congratulate yourself for accomplishing a goal when it happens, and then let others know so they can share in your success and set more goals for the future. Okay, so yeah, that's that. All right, any other thoughts on vision boards, anything like that? Yeah, yo, good.
No.
Yeah, what's your question?
So when we put stuff on our vision board, do we like draw on it or do we like hang pictures?
I don't know. What do y'all think? What does it say? Thinking about your goals, beneficial, make a list of things you want to accomplish. I mean,
It says add phrases and pictures
yeah,
with
it's
Sharpie. So I
I
guess
don't
it's
know.
basically both. I guess it's basically both.
I think it's kind of like how I like to put little meme pictures and stuff like that. I don't, you know what I mean? I don't know.
But what are those animals at the top
What are you talking about?
in the right corner?
Right corner.
Yeah.
Oh, uh, I think it is maybe that it's showing how many teachers are logged into this page right now, and it's just
Oh,
not
okay.
putting their faces. Apparently, one of them is a dolphin, and one's an elephant, and one's a goose, but there's no duck though. So there you go. But yeah, I think too. I I get the idea of that. I personally just function better off of the idea that I keep. I mean, I've told you all this, but I keep this to-do list, right, of things I need to do every week. And I got so much to do now that I've actually started color coding, which we talked about in homeroom a couple weeks ago, right? And because I have so many different classes, that it's good for me to color code them now. But I think that's the big thing is if you feel like you need to kind of cheerlead yourself with a vision board, that's great. If you can kind of keep that image in your head of what you're shooting for, that help. That's fine too. All right. Anything else? Can you share one vision you have for the year? Okay, good. Says type it in the chat. If you want to say it out loud, you can. Otherwise, you can type it in the chat to me. What's your vision? Your vision for the school year? What you want to do?
One vision, like for the overall year.
Yeah, or for a certain part. Okay.
For the overall year, of 6th grade, actually through 6th through 12th grade, I want to end the year in 12th grade with straight A's.
Okay.
Want to so bad.
Yeah. So I think
I've only been an AB honor roll student.
Well, I will tell you. So here's my thought on like grades and like A's and stuff is that the way I'm grading y'all this year is tougher than a lot of teachers tend to be. Okay. In the sense of like, I want you to know whether you're like actually learning this stuff, right? Instead of it just being about can you do things or that, this or that. So I'll tell you that, just considering that good grades, like meaning doing your best, might be so. Like for example, is B going to be a bad thing this year in math? Maybe not, right? So that kind of makes sense. But yeah, if you can get A, shoot for A. But then if you've done your best and it's B, that's okay too, right? So that kind of makes sense. So my thought is I'd rather my kids have B's and have done their best than to have A's when the teacher didn't actually challenge them. So yeah, my goal is to not get overwhelmed with trying to plan all this stuff for all these different classes at the same time. That's kind of what I'm trying to get to that point myself. So, all right, well, then I'm gonna go because I gotta go teach social studies in a little bit, and I'll see y'all at 10. All right.
Oh man.
So yeah, all right.
All right, bye, Mr. Carter.
At the end of math, we can look over a few right then. It'll be fine. Okay.
Okay.
All right.